Hey guys, Floyd here from F&H and Benches. It has been cold here in Kansas. Our high today is expected to be about -1, so I've not done much outdoor. Been doing some bird feeder setting up, taking some videos of some birds outside, but other than that, been inside. So where's our travels taking us today? Well, I think probably in the next room over. My wife, we are very fortunate. We rented an old farmhouse here in Kansas. More rooms than we need, so we're very fortunate that we have, some rooms to play around with. And she loves to sew, so she's had a sewing room. But during all this pandemic, just to keep our sanity, she decided she wanted to redo her room, and done it very, very cheaply, cost effectively. And I think she done an awesome job. So today, guys, we're going to go next door, her sewing room, and she's going to show you what she done. So grab your wives, let them watch this video. It's going to be a great video because she done an amazing job. Really proud of her. So just grab her stuff, go next door, and let her explain what she done. Starts right here at the front of the door, something she made with the door there, didn't it? So, just a quick sweep of her room, and there's my lovely wife. So, I'm going to let her take it over from here, guys, so she can explain what she done and why she done it, and how cost effective it really is. If you see out the windows, they're white, they're probably because it's all covered with snow outside.
Hi everybody, I'm Carla Hampton. That's my hubby, and he's just so crazy about this room. I thought I'd share it with everybody. He would like me to anyway. First of all, I want to say that if you saw the before pictures, it was a little ugly.
Yes, it was.
So I decided I wanted to make this room something that I would want to come up into and stay in if I needed to all day or whatever. So I picked colors that I like for me. I didn't originally plan on the gray paint, but we went to Walmart and that was what was there. So we said, hey, it was on sale for like $12, and you know how big gallons cost? Yeah. So I said, gray's good. I'll go with gray. So we first of all, I painted the room. As you can see, it's not the color of the pictures you saw. So that was my first step. And then after I got it all painted, I thought, you know what? What do I have around the house? And that's my suggestion to you. If you're wanting to redo a sewing room or something, don't go out and think you have to spend a lot of money. Because I don't have a lot of money, so I don't go spend a lot. I just use my resources. So I'm going to take you for a little tour real quick, kind of show you what I did. It might give you some ideas. I hope it inspires somebody. So follow me. First of all, we're going to start with the simple stuff here. A filing cabinet. Who would have thought? But as you can see, it was brown or tan, and I put some white paper over it because I'm kind of, anal like that. I like everything to kind of match, and it don't perfectly, but hey, it works. What I did with these was I put my fabric, like my thicker bolts of fabric in here, and I rolled them up on some cardboard. And that way, if I don't, I didn't want the ugly stuff showing, meaning if they're too big and uncontrolled. So that's what's in here is my bigger bolts of fabric that I want to hide. Okay, so we'll move on. I haven't really done anything with this shelf because it's tan or it's creamy, and as you can see, I like white. But I am going to utilize this. Right now I've got my husband's pants I'm supposed to be taking up and a blouse I'm working on. So that may be what I do right here. I may have a waiting station, if you will. This here is just a basket. It's got foam core board in it, and I'll talk more about that in just a minute. But as you can see, I have different sizes. Will come in handy. I made me quite a few of these little cans. These are old coffee cans. And all I did was take them and cover them with fabric because I was going with the black and white. And so you'll see it throughout my room. I have different fabric tones, same black and white, but different styles. Next up, this here is these three. My husband got it in the auction, and they were full of lace. And this was a long time ago. I've had these for years now. But what I really love, guys, is that it came full of old antique vintage lace. And if you'll notice the dress on the door, I made that dress with all this vintage lace. And yes, I still have a lot left. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there. But here's a little something I want to share with everybody I'm real excited about. This is actually foam core board. It's 88 cents a piece at Walmart in the office supply section. And all I did was I put a drawer in it. And it starts out, I'll show you the sheet actually. These are the sheets. They're 20 by 30. And I buy 10 at a time because they're 88 cents. So they're not that expensive. I can even afford that once in a while. But I made this, and I just, if you want to get a little close up, you can show what I done. But it's kind of like it's got little dividers, and I keep some of my sewing extra feet in here, and some, glue sticks, and some more of my tape, and some my pens and stuff that you need. And in here I keep like some notebooks for keeping notes and stuff like that for my patterns. And again, these things are just filled with lace because that's how he bought them, and I was really fortunate. Now this is another stand that I made out of foam core board, if you can believe that. This one I didn't really know what to do, so I just stuck some yarn in it. But in here I have a few extra small rulers and another pad that my husband bought me because he saw me designing shirts and stuff like that, and he's like, you need one of these pads that you can write and make your designs on. So he bought that for me. He's so supportive. He's a good fellow like that, guys. And here's my stash of foam core board. I always have a lot of foam core board because, believe me, there's always something you can make, and I'm going to show you that. Alright, and here I had this old shelf. We bought at a thrift store probably back when we moved here. We've been here a couple of years in Hiawatha, Kansas. And it was probably $3, maybe $5 at the most. So I don't spend a lot. I'm showing you, you don't have to. So that's what this is. It's just an old fake wood. And then I've just got different boxes. And what I did, you'll see throughout the room, I just covered them with I picked a few different materials. And that's the things I use to cover my boxes. So it kind of coordinate throughout the room. I've got I'm not going to show you what's in every box, but like this has got my little bit bigger remnants. I'll show you my smaller remnants here in just a minute. So I put them on my little thing I made out of foam core board. Wrapped them up so they'd fit in there nicely. And that way I can hide them because I don't necessarily want everything to show. And these are just regular boxes, guys. And I physically made the lids for them. And if you want to know how to do that, just let us know in the comments and we'll make a video on it. And then of course I've got two of these. They hold your thread. And actually this is here is just wrapping paper. I just bought it at a thrift store just because it's bad. I don't even need it, but if I ever do need to wrap a present, I got some cute polka dot black and white. And this here I put in here because I think in the sewing room, we use bodices and stuff, so I like that, and I put bright pink on her so she'd coordinate the room. I won't be using her probably, but she's for decor. And then I've had a lot of people ask me what this is because everybody wants their fabric to stand up nice and neat. Well, this, believe it or not, is one of those plate stands that you can set plates on in your cabinets. You take them off just like that. And these help them to stand up. You can either stick your fabric in them or between them. And it works really nice, as you can see. And I have two of these. Now these are, I can't see the name because I'm blind without my glasses, but these are a high brand, but we got them at the thrift store. I think they were $1 a piece. Now if you can do that, that's the best way to do it. Don't go out and spend a lot of money. And again, more boxes. And I've also had a lot of people ask me how I made these look so good because these are the ones that's under $1 at Walmart. All I did was take a piece of material, hot glue it. No, it didn't melt the plastic. Hot glue it to the front. That way it had a little bit of a prettier look. Only the front. See, it's even slanted on the sides. No big deal because no one sees it part. And more boxes. And like I've got some labeling going on, nothing fancy. More simple stuff. Now these I'm so excited about. I got these at the thrift store. I believe they were 3 for $4. Seems like. So you can find stuff at your local thrift store. If you do go shopping right now, make sure you wear your mask to be protected. But anyway, I put my sewing thread in here, and all my extra sewing thread. And then I have a little bulletin board here. I don't really know what I want to do with that yet. I just wanted it because it was white. Alright, and then I also have these two shelves here. Now this, a lot of people's asked me on these two. This used to be a display rack for a grocery store or somewhere my husband got years back at an auction. So I actually wanted it to be, I'm one of them that like it to kind of be even on both sides. So I actually took the screws out and made two of them. It was holding together with the screw. I just made two of them. That's what I did right there. And I've just got my extra pin cushions and just odds and ends up here. And then I got these little bows matching at the thrift store. I don't buy anything new. You'll learn that about me and my husband. We like to buy thrifted if possible. And then here's my sewing machine. It's a Brother. It's just a Walmart sewing machine. It done real good. It does me real good. Plenty fine. And so that's what I use for my sewing machine. I don't have it in an indented table because I like to be able to use the thing here for my arms. I make clothes sometimes and I need that, so you put it in a sleeve or whatever. So that's the reason I chose that. This is actually a background that I've got turned backwards. I know a lot of people say, why would you put material down? Because it catches your stuff while you're sewing, and it really does. I've done it before. So this here's kind of smooth, so that's why I use that. Now in the window I've got me a little lamp because as you can see I'm facing the window, but it's not always going to be bright in here. It could be dark when I'm sewing. So I got the little lamp to help me see. And then that's my little heater. And then I just put some sticks in this old jar. That could be an idea for you. Now my decor, a lot of people want to know what I did here. This is all foam core board here. If he wanted to show you on the sides, if you see this little piece here, it's an inch wide, and I just kind of figured out how far out I wanted my board, and all of that is foam core board, even this part. And then here on the front, I just weighted it down with some of these shish kebab sticks so that the material would hang. So it was a pretty easy deal. This is really lightweight. All I did at the very top was do a few dabs of hot glue. And so this whole piece is on the window with hot glue. But look, it's sturdy. I would laugh if it fell. So that's what I did there. Now the words and up there, the sew, and you can see underneath it, it's just simple. I hot glued it to the inside of the window sill. So everything's hot glued. I didn't have to screw nothing, nail nothing. Up top is my word sew and my buttons. A lot of people's asked about those, and my spool over here, my needle. All of that's foam core board. I'm telling you people, go out and get you some foam core board. It is so fun. All I did on the buttons was I cut the circle out, and then you cut the circle, you copy that circle and make about a ½ inch of another circle, glue that on the top. I put some pink fabric in behind it. You could probably use a paper plate, so that's an idea. But the spool, same deal. I just drawed it out on a piece of foam core board and cut it out, and then I wrapped it in gray yarn. And then as you can see, it goes over the awning, and then I made me a needle over there out of foam core board. And it has the gray yarn going through it. Over here is another shelf that I made out of foam core board. I made a lot of stuff out of foam core board because it's very sturdy. Just threw some stuff just for decor. It needed an evening out, so I figured that would work. Some more cans, another spool holder, and this here works, guys. This is one of those file holders. This is just a cardboard one. I didn't make this. But I put a piece of material in the front, and again, I stood some of my fabric up in there. It was a perfect fit. Can't beat that. So that might be an idea for someone. And here's my other fabric holder, just like the other one I got for $1 at the thrift store. And if you got any of these round boxes, these are so cute in the sewing room. I had another one over there on the smaller version, but these look cute, and I just covered the lids with fabric, and the green is actually paper, so I didn't have to use so much fabric. So it's just a green paper. I found one kind of color that would work to go with everything, and then I added fabric where I wanted to bring out the color. And here's some more of my boxes. These are not real organized. They just have miscellaneous right now, but in time I do want to go through and have, one may have buttons in it, one may have bias tape, stuff like that. And so that's kind of what I did over here. As you can see, more boxes, more stuff. And then also, I made this glue gun holder. So if anybody's needing a glue gun holder, this is out of foam core board, of course. So all I did was glued me 4 pieces together here to make a box. Got me a flat piece of foam core board, glued the box to it, and inside the box is my glue sticks. So that works out good. And then I just made a flat platform, and I put a slit through here about 1/4 of an inch that this piece would fit in, and I just put glue down there, and I put it inside that little cut I made that was 1/4 of an inch wide. And that made this set in there good, and I just glued that in, made a little cutout, and bam, you got your nice little glue gun holder. Okay, next I've got my homemade ironing board cover. I couldn't think of what I was trying to say. This did not have a cover on it. One thing you're going to know about me is I like foam core board and I like hot glue. So this cover is hot glued on, and this lace is hot glued onto that. So everything's hot glued. No, I don't have any problems with it. It does perfect. And I put padding under it so that I have a good padding. Now this is another one of my bodices. She's just there for looks too, because as you can see we're different sizes. So I can't use her to make my clothes. But she is who I used to make that dress on the door I showed you earlier. You can use that and wrap, you know, and do the draping. I don't do that. I just, you know, use measurements and all that. Anyway, I've got my fabric shelf under here. And what I did was I took foam core board, and since they're 10 by 20, I made my boards 8 by 10. So I get 6 boards out of each one piece of foam core board. That's pretty good. So I wrap all my fabric up in that, and I would make that suggestion to anybody, because you're talking about wrapping a lot of fabric for a really cheap price. Okay? And then right here is another popular thing that everybody seems to love. This is a shoe rack. It turns, and my husband had bought this for me at a thrift store, out of the box, brand new, believe it or not, at a thrift store. I think he paid, what, $2, something like that for it. So I was very fortunate. But doesn't this work good for my wrapped remnants? If it's too little to wrap on the big board, I put it on this, I roll it up, put a little safety pin in there, and it stays nice and neat, and I put it on there, and it's just kind of pretty, and I kind of coordinated. So here's my other foam core board. I had 2 windows, so I went ahead and did 2 awnings, same exact way as I did that one. Now another thing that everybody loves is my little lamp post here. I bought this at a big yard sale in Texas. You probably went to it, some of you. You know which one I'm talking about. What's it called, honey? Canton, Texas. We went there, and I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought some fake Christmas trees, stuff like that, because I made my daughter a Winter Wonderland wedding. So it was really pretty, her reception. It looked Winter Wonderland-y. So anyway, so this is where I got signs for my pole. And one that says sewing, and I have a little arrow with a heart that's going toward the sewing. And then you'll see in a second I have an office on this side. And I just thought that was cute. Put a little wreath on it, gave it a little decoration in here. Because another part of my room is not just for sewing, but it's to sit and relax and have my Zoom with my family and friends. So I wanted, no, this is not a real fireplace, as you can see. But I made this out of this is actually the top of a dresser that had a mirror. This is actually the part that held the mirror, if you can believe that. And yeah, I'm in my night pants, so hope that's all right there. But anyway, it already had these neat moldings on it, and I thought, heck, that looks like a fireplace, because I took the wood out. It didn't have a mirror when I got it at the thrift store. So I flipped it upside down. I was like, that would make a pretty fireplace mantle. And then I had this board, because back before all this stuff happened, me and my husband would travel and go shopping at thrift stores and stuff and flea markets, and we found this at a yard sale. It's just a trim. And I put that on top to kind of add to it. Just nailed it in there. Fancy, nothing fancy. Painted all white, and then, believe it or not, this part here's foam core board. How'd you guess? And I just bought some. This was one thing I bought new on Amazon. I did buy some fake brick wallpaper for like $7, $8 because I wanted that look of brick. So that's what I did there. I made this sign out of foam core board too. It's not perfect, but hey, I'm happy. I made this little banner, just took the colors of my material in my room and made me a little banner, that way it all coordinated. Then over here you can see I've got this crazy green chair, but it's the crazy green that's in my sewing room, so I thought, you know what, I need a place to relax. So I put this in here, made me a pink pillow to bring out the pink on that side of the room. Then I decided to make this. Boy, it's awful light, isn't it? You know why? It's a box. It's actually 2 boxes. I put a little box on the inside to make it stronger. And then I put a little padding on the top, which you could use material, you could use whatever you got. Then I covered that, and again, hot glued it all down. Hot glue is your best friend. I put one button in the top because that button was a lot of work, and I was going to put buttons all over it, and I was like, that's too much work. But anyway, that's my footstool. And then if you move on with me this direction, here's my desk for Zoom. This is where I come and I put my laptop up here, which is made out of foam core board. And it's got compartments here. And he can show you that. But you can put your laptop on the top here. The laptop goes up here. Your papers, anything you need in here, your mouse, and all that goes down here. My other tablet if I want to type something. And there's a little extra room here. And then this is an old background I had that I use for the background. Now this is just an old sewing desk that I put this foam core board on it. And as you can see, it's on there good. I screwed it down, and then I cover it with that same white stuff I covered that my filing cabinet with, so that it would hide the screws. So old sewing desk had all this stuff already, guys. I didn't buy anything like this at the store. But one thing I haven't shared with you yet, and a lot of people want to know about, and that's my table. So let my hubby show you my table. I know I'm absolutely in love with this table. It is 3 by 8, and it was brown. It's 3 by 7. Oh, I thought it was by 8. Maybe it's 7. But anyway, it's a perfect size. This is my cutting mat. I do all my cutting right here. I mean, I just love it. It's got so much room. It's easy to pile up though. $35 at a thrift store, guys. And the top, what's really cool about it is the top is corkboard. Who knows? It was my husband spotted it on, they advertise online, that thrift store does. He said, would this work? He's so supportive. And then he was like, what did I do? It was just $35 though, guys. That's cheap for tables, and you know that. So everything I've gotten, I've showed you so far. And here from now on will be thrifted stuff. Don't think you have to spend a lot of money. I had everything in here on already from earlier. So find something out of your house and use that. So, and make sure, like I did, I kind of decorated what made me happy. So you do that with your space. I hope I've encouraged you in some way or another. Maybe gave you an idea or something like that. If you have a question, put it in the comments. And I appreciate y'all taking the time to check out my little old sewing room. Not expensive, but I'll show you how to do it cheap. So if you have any questions or anything, just let us know in the comments. Thanks, guys.
Isn't that fun, guys? Okay, we appreciate y'all watching. I know this was a different video, but glad y'all tuned in. Like I said, it's cold here, so I want to show something a little different, and especially during the times that we're going in, guys. So stay safe out there, stay warm, and hopefully before long we can do some outside videos of some good adventures that we're going to have.